Hello, and welcome to lesson 1.5 of our Future Ready Digital Skills series. And today we'll be looking at recognizing basic hardware, and the focus will be on memory and storage. Have you ever heard someone say, "My phone is slow," or "My computer says storage is full"? In this lesson, I will explain memory and storage in a very simple way so you understand what they are, how they work, and why they matter. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand what memory is, understand what storage is, and also be in the position of explaining the difference between memory and storage. And how do you even check for your memory and storage on your device? And I'll be demonstrating with the Android phone, iPhone, and the Windows system. And you should also be in the position of making better decisions when using or buying devices. So let's get the ball rolling. What is memory? Which in this case, our RAM, that is random access memory. So let's start with that. So memory, they say, is the short-term working space of your device. So this is a picture of a technician inserting a memory into its slot for a desktop computer. So this is the memory, okay? Then we also have one for the laptop. So if you've not seen a memory card before, there you have it, okay? So it is used to hold information temporarily while apps are open and running. So the PowerPoint presentation I'm running, it's held in my random access memory. And the Teams meeting that I'm using to record this session is being held in the random access memory. So think of memory like the top of a desk. So the memory space you have on the desk, beg your pardon, the more space you have on the desk, the more work you can do at the same time. So if the desk is small, things feel crowded and everything slows down. So the key point here is more memory will equate to smoother multitasking. And memory clears when the device is turned off. So if you have a very big memory, which is a random access memory, you can open so many applications and your system will still perform normally. But if you have a smaller memory size for your system, you can only multitask on just 2 or 3 applications. If you attempt to open another application, then your computer begins to slow down. I believe you get the drift. Good. Now let's move on to storage. Storage is where your device keeps information permanently. So the random access memory keeps it on a temporary basis. But if you want to keep it permanently, then you take it to your storage. So examples of stored items would include the apps that you have installed on your phone or on your Windows system, or it can be a Mac system from Apple, your photos, your videos that you've got, the documents that you've saved, the files, the music that you've probably downloaded onto your system. So all these are kept when your device is turned on. So storage keeps your data safe. You don't need to have it on always to have them. Once it's turned off, it's saved on your storage. I believe this is clear. Okay, now let's move on to memory versus storage. Let's look at the difference here. So we say that memory and storage are not the same, but they work together. So memory is for working now. So memory and storage are not the same, they work together. Memory is for working now. Then storage is for keeping things long term. And if your memory is low, your device feels slow. Okay? And if your storage is full, you can't save new files or install apps. And understanding this difference helps you solve common computer issues. Good. Now, how do we check our memory? How do we check our storage? So in order to do that, I would like to demonstrate with the iPhone. And when we finish, we'll demonstrate with the Android. So how do we check all of that? So let me switch to Let's View. Then give me a second. Let me connect it. Okay, so it should be up in some few minutes. Okay, so now you can see the iPhone screen. So if I want to check, all I need to do is to go to search. I'm not going to do that. Now settings, and I want to check for, so I go to general. You have iPhone storage. So it tells me I've got 1.02 terabytes, and I've got this number of free space available, 842.42 gigabytes. But we'll later get into the storage, gigabytes, kilobytes, megabytes, terabytes, and I'll explain that in my subsequent videos. Are we okay with it? So this is how you check for the storage. All done. So I'm going to stop the broadcast. Then we'll do the same for our Android. Give me a second. Let me open that up. Let's see how I can connect this as well. Okay, so this is for the Android. You swipe up, you go to settings, then you can just search for memory. So once you search, you can easily identify, okay, so the random access memory is about 8 gigabytes. Okay, so we can see here 8 gigabyte used. Then we've got virtual memory, which we'll later look into that as we progress. So that is my memory. Then if I want to see the storage here is 128 gigabytes in total, and I've used 92%. So if this phone begins to slow down and you're unable to install applications, then that is the reason your storage is filling up and you need to do something about it. Are we okay? Good. So I will need you to keep practicing and keep exploring. Well done. So I'm going to close this, then we will continue with the presentation. Okay. Now, I'll need you to also look at these practical tips. So you need to close apps you are not using, delete files you no longer need, move photos and videos to cloud or external storage, and don't ignore storage warnings. These small actions can make a big difference. So now it's your turn to check your device storage. I want you to pause the video and do that. And identify how much space is free, and just put in the comment section and identify how many apps are installed on your system. And I know this is going to build awareness and confidence. So what have we achieved today? We now know what memory is and how it works. And we also have an understanding of what storage is and how it works, the difference between memory and storage, and how to check them on your device. But I forgot to show you how to check that on your system. So if you want to check the memory on your system, that is your Windows machine, you go to Start, you can search for Run, It gives you the run. Then you type dx_diag. So dx_diagnose. I'll hit on OK. So once I hit on OK, it opens up my diagnostic tool. And it tells me, okay, I've got about 8 gigabyte RAM, 8,192 megabytes RAM, which converted into gigabyte is 8 gig. So that is for my random access memory. And it also tells me about my processor, but that's not the focus here. Then when you go into the internal storage, I can use the Windows logo key on the keyboard +E to open my file explorer. So my file explorer has been opened. Then I can go to this PC. So when I move to this PC, it tells me, okay, I've got about 233 gig free of 475 gigabytes of storage space. So that is it. Great. In the next lesson, we will look at operating systems in more details and how to recognize different ones. Yeah? And if this lesson helped you, please subscribe to the channel to receive all new lessons as I release them. Let's keep building your digital confidence step by step. Thank you. God bless, and see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye for now.